Welcome back. You're still watching Entertainment TV live on Metro Television. So everyone knows that Ghana is a destination in December. December in Ghana, it's a big deal for Ghanaians and also the diasporans. And one of the biggest events or most anticipated events that we expect to will happen over the weekend was Wizkid Live in Ghana, a show that was headlined by Wizkid and other supporting Ghanaian artists. The event took place, but then the headlining acts didn't show up. Likewise, other supporting Ghanaian artists. So many things have been raised. I mean, people are asking, why didn't he show up? Is it a problem from the organization? Is it that Wizkid really doesn't have die-hard Wizkid FC fans to fill the stadium? What does it do to our Ghanaian music industry? What picture are we proving to the world? I mean, our guest, Helen, has already introduced our guest, and we are coming to talk about a lot of things. But first of all, were you there on the night?
I was on the night.
Were you there on the night?
50-50.
50-50. Okay. What time did you get there?
I got there around 6:47. Yeah, I think 6:47.
Okay, and you?
I was there around that same time. I left there around 8 to the Accra Fashion Weekend.
For Helen there, you wanted us to go and come, but then she knows everything that happened. But I'll start with Harriet. Right on Saturday, around 9, Harriet had an issue with her tickets. So I want to start from here. Then I will come to this side. As for this, I know the time you got there. So, Harriet.
So I, for one, will say that it's like I knew the show wasn't going to go well. Right from the way they were going about with the tickets. So I was supposed to get a VIP. But later on, it came out as regular. And I'm like, regular? What am I going to do there? Because, I mean, looking at how Desi took a good video of how the season is going to be, I knew that, okay, going there to work and all that, regular won't be good for me. VIP was what they said was going to come for all the presenters here at Metro TV. And then I checked my email. It was even inconsistent.
Yeah.
So I, for one, I told Anaya and Desi that if they don't work it out, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
They did work it out, but later, when I had gone home, and you guys, you know where I live.
Yeah. That's where Harriet lives here. We know where Harriet lives.
Yes.
But then,
so I decided not to go. And after reading all that went on, I'm like, good riddance. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I didn't go.
Adam, what was your general thoughts when you first heard that Wizkid Live in Ghana, there's a concert that is going to happen in December? What was the first thing that rushed into your mind?
I mean,
especially at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Yeah, the first thing which came up in my mind was that, I mean, this is a good thing for his brand, that connecting to the roots, because he has seen the streams, he has heard, and he's been here most of the time, he's performed, he's seen the kind of admiration people have for him. But this is an opportunity for him to create that bond through a show he's headlining.
Yeah.
So I saw it as a good marketing move for the brand Wizkid. When I saw the dates, I asked myself, why this time? Because, I mean, if you are a good reader of the market, you will know that Ghana has become a hub of events during Christmas. And it picks up at a certain time.
Yeah.
So if you want to tap into that, why the December 10? And aside that, I also checked from the company which was organizing, and I realized that it was just about October, somewhere latter part of October they started. So you have just November and it's December 10, then it means you need to go hard.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, they are bringing wigs. They are going to work hard because they have just like a year, just like a month.
A month.
But some of the show they do abroad, where we see him selling out, some are for months, 6 months,
True.
Yeah.
a year,
True.
and a couple of things.
Yeah.
So he coming to do it under 1 month and few weeks. I told myself, then it means they are going to go hard.
Yeah.
If you know the market you are coming in as organizers, within that 1 month, you need to ensure every aspect of the chain to get people to fill the stadium is done. And don't forget that in doing that, you have limitation.
Yeah.
one of the limitations for those going in there will be transportation. Cost of transportation, cost of tickets, and promo. So in all of these three factors, there will be an element of limitation. Because the promo, if somebody doesn't hear it, they can't come. It's a limitation. Now, if the ticket is so expensive, it will be a limitation. Now, if the venue you are doing is not comfortable, someone will look at the venue and will not come. So you need to ensure that the impact of these limitations are lessened.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the promo, you need to go very aggressive. And this time I'm talking about digital, traditional, and at some point, because there was a concert which was organized some years ago, and what the organizer did was that they had artists on the show. They realized every stronghold of the artists, the areas in Accra. So if it's Shatawale, they think that these are his stronghold. Nima, maybe Kolegono, those places, they sent these, PA systems and others to go there. Stoneboy, Ashamai, they send the PA system. So they look at every artist, his stronghold, and send some information down there.
Yeah.
Now, this is Wizkid, and when you look at his brand demographics, he has a lot of the youth. Where are the youth? Tertiary institutions, among others. What was the plan to be aggressive in these tertiary institutions? We have a lot of tertiary institutions in this country. How was the plan? Were they able to achieve that?
Yeah.
And clearly you can see it is a no. And when it comes to the traditional media, over the years, before events are successful, check all the big artists who have come here and the program wasn't successful. It is because of distance. They do not go for interviews.
They do really check. Yeah, okay.
Artists will come. It is one of every market has a style.
Yeah.
If you will not go for interview in UK, it doesn't mean it will work here. So how did they apply that? Then quickly, let me end on the ticketing. If you are looking at Accra Sports Stadium, and if you were very critical, you will see that the VIP, they got their people.
Yeah.
All the VIP. But where the problem was the general admission, where they were to fill the stands.
Yeah.
And even Accra House of Folk and Kotoko, the highest at the VIP will not go beyond 300 cities.
Okay.
You understand? And if you want people to fill the general admission, which is mostly the people who are not in the working class or they have started and are not earning well.
Yeah.
So if you do not know this dynamic and you price too much, you maybe over elaborate the brand you have and price over price. You price yourself out, thinking that you are sitting on an island.
Yeah.
And clearly the process of ticketing, which is the online, was problematic.
It was bad from the start.
From the onset, they could have realized, because when I first got my VIP tickets in the morning, it was when I was going to the program around 6 that I got another message from them telling me sorry for the delay. So they started begging even before the show started, telling me that they were sorry for delaying my verification process. Now, when you get to that place, you need to be scanned. Then they give you a band.
Yeah.
Then you go in for another scan. Those scanning at the gate, just one guy. And that day he was very popular at the entrance. Sugar, one person doing it for like hundreds of people.
Yeah.
If you want to go straightly online, create that number of people to work to make sure the process. So if the show was still happening, they would have still be checking or scanning.
Till
people
now.
at the gate.
Yeah.
The process was so sophisticated and with few people to do that.
And
when we got inside, they wanted to hold us at a place.
Yeah.
And I went and told them, Massa,
Yeah.
I've organized show before. If you continue this, by the time you get people to fill this show, did this place, we will be at December 24th. You will still be checking.
We'll do that show outside.
So, what is it? And the funny thing is, when you pass through these two sophisticated process and you get to the field or the stadium, that is where the person at the other entrance, this is the third one, coming to ask you how much did you pay. Don't you know for my band?
You see, so
if you ask this, someone will tell you, I paid 20,000, I paid 30, and lie you. It is the reason some of the VIP places were occupied before even the real owners came.
Yeah.
I mean, so a lot of things.
No, if you talk about it that way too, I was in the VIP. That side, even though we're not supposed to be there, there was a reason why we were there. I'll be honest, but everything that you have said, you will blame the organizers.
Yes.
Bad organization.
I mean, I'm touching.
Yeah.
I'll come to Wizkid.
I want Wizkid to be last.
So this is
Touching on
from the organization.
Organization.
I mean, they got a lot of things
Yeah.
wrong, and even when you come to the technical,
was
the sound
bad. Was so
very.
bad.
At a point, I saw. People from the Wizkid team.
Let me come
like
to you.
fighting.
There's this before I come to this one. Let me come to you. There's this perception that Accra Sports Stadium is a death trap. So organizers can never have a successful event. That perception, Nana, do you think is valid?
No, it's not. You see, everything is preparation. From this Wizkid show, let me just give a scenario. It's like a kid going in for a bone and trying to chew it. And Wizkid being the bone.
Yeah.
And the organizers being the kids. Because you are working with a brand like Wizkid. Solid. Now, you have a solid brand. Break it down. When you come to Ghana, whenever we are going for shows, how do we get our tickets? How many shows? Even the Sarkodis don't do online giddy like that. Bro, because at the end of the day, if somebody at Choco somewhere, excuse me, sorry, as Choco somewhere has gotten some 300B and wants to go out, you're not telling the person to go to online and
bro. Don't get Android, Charlie, they use
It was supposed to be raw. If you want the tickets, come to Metro TV. Go to the malls. It's available. Go and purchase. When you come, Charlie, we've been doing this since the 80s.
Yeah.
Everything has been smooth.
Second boys, they don't get email.
Bro, so look at it. And you were saying something about they should know their target and where to go. Let's go to Circle right now. What's the name of this place? Tiptoe Lane.
Yeah.
The Nigerians over there. And sell them a Wizkid ticket for 1,000 cedis and cash, like give me 1,000 and take, and see the number of people who would buy it and come.
Yeah.
But if you don't advertise to them, they know that Wizkid is coming. Yeah. How do they get a ticket? Yeah. How do they do these things? So sometimes, as I said, Wizkid is the bone. Very big personality when it comes to numbers and all that. Organizers, it's your first show.
You say it's their first show. Do you know what is on their Instagram page? And I've been saying this thing since Sunday. I know it's off here. They said we organize, that's you know, we organize quality and best stadium events, shows across Africa.
That is on their bio.
That is what is on their bio on Instagram.
That's what I'm saying is their first show. A well-structured organization will not put that statement there. So we'll rather give you links to their works. So just hype.
So if it's their first show, what made them go in for Wizkid? Is it that they had the money, or they feel that they can have that sort of Wizkid kind of Madison Square Garden, O2 Arena kind of show in Ghana with a 40,000 capacity stadium?
No, let me just come in. Live Hub, they are, let's say, the local agency here. Let me put it that way. It's a group of Finale Entertainment. They are abroad. So the mother body, that they made the decision to go for Wizkid, and they're like, okay, so we are done with Wizkid. Can you hold him down and do the organization? So Live Hub may not be the exact directly involvement. Okay. So Finale Entertainment is the mother body. Okay, we want to do a Wizkid thing. So Charlie, make you handle them for Ghana. I understand it.
Okay. And they thought, you see, this show, let's switch positions. If it was Burna Boy, they wouldn't. Burna Boy is the only artist, who go anywhere and not really hype the thing, but people will come.
Yes.
Right now. So if Wizkid was to be Burna Boy, people would have still gone, even though advertising or whatever wasn't that loud. Yeah. Look at Wizkid. When was the last time Wizkid came to Ghana to play a show?
Last year, Afrochella, 28th.
Yes. Was he the headline?
Yes.
They had a couple of. Yeah.
They had a couple, but he was the main one.
As in, okay, so let's say it's considered that way.
Yeah.
Look at the class of people who went for Afrochella.
Yeah.
Are we looking at the same class here? For me, I thought that was their mindset. They had the date wrong. 10th, you don't do an event for people in the diaspora because they are not even here. the Yonki boys will start coming from 18th.
True.
This week.
17th,
You
18th,
see?
that time, no.
So if you want to organize a show for the people in the diaspora, you don't do it like this. And the charges, bro, Charlie, the economy hard work.
Yes, but you know, let me take a comment from Helen. Would you say that, are you someone who listens to Wizkid's music often on your phone?
Not often, but then there are a few songs of Wizkid
That
I
you
like.
know.
Yes.
Over the years, over like in recent times, how do you feel there's a difference between the kind of song Wizkid used to do, let's say 8 years, compared to the last 3 years with the album? There's a difference. Do you see a difference in it?
Yes, there's not that much difference. Just say it's finer.
Okay, so it's finer.
Because Wizkid will know grew up from the street, so it's just like Blacko.
Yeah.
Who speak from the streets. Right now, Wizkid is like has his own stylist and all that, so definitely things will change. That the wears and his lifestyle, he wouldn't talk about the streets as he used to. So it's just a bit finer.
Yeah. Can
They're
that
not danceable.
No, good. Can those songs sustain a performance in Ghana for 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours?
We will still
Because
have to go back
We'll
to
still have to go back, definitely.
And normally, when you go back or not, it's still a song.
It's still a song.
It depends on how the artist, structures the performance.
Yeah.
So at times they can even come and decide to. It's like these people, the reggae artists do it very well.
Yeah.
One line of the song, he can sing it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You understand? And still rock the crowd. So it would depend on how he
Because I'm sure people went in there with the Hala as your boy and stuff
And
in
then-
their mind that
and
they
then-
know
and the
big of
other
songs he has.
because I'm asking because over the time there has been like a difference. Like Nana said, it's finer. But people still have the perception that this is how Wizkid used to be.
Yeah.
And that kind of song, it's not like the Burna Boy, where people will say that Burna can perform that sort of Fela Kuti for 1 hour and will still have it. Wizkid, it will be a dilly-dally situation. So people feel that the die-hard Wizkid FC fans are not that much in Ghana to be able to fill the stadium or come and represent him. That is what people feel.
You see, one thing about the stadium and the conference center, let me just use these two places. See, the stadium, you can't charge like the way you charge at the conference center.
Exactly.
One, it's open. There's too much heat. The conference center, there's AC. You had liberty, you had some comfort. And secondly, the conference center has, it's not as big as the stadium. Finding your way to the stadium and the conference center is almost the same. So when it comes to location, it's almost the same. You need to put up shows. The people who can fill the stadium right now, Shatawale, Black Sheriff, Sarkodie, I doubt. I'll come to why I doubt Sarkodie.
Hey.
I'll come to why I doubt Sarkodie. Stonebwoy can do it. Because these are people who have like mad fans who can move from wherever they are to the place. Take Shatawale like this. He can bring the whole of Nima, just Nima alone. And everybody will troop and go there. Look at Black Coast Rain, the youth. If provided there's no football or anything, everybody will troop there and go and watch. Sarkodie is also getting finer.
Yeah, I agree.
Because so now if somebody says he's a Sarkodie fan, you could see that now he's trying to dress a certain way just because he's part of success. So he needs to, like, the head is fine, so you need to be fine.
Yeah.
So that's why I have Sarkodie can do it, but it's not. It wouldn't be as easy as that.
But I also feel Daddy Lumba can, but the stadium there, people wouldn't go. Because Daddy Lumba is like our Michael Jackson.
But why won't people go to the stadium?
I just want to say that all the people you mentioned can fill the stadium. But it's with the ticketing. That's basically it.
Yeah.
For me, that's what I think.
Yeah.
That Sarkodie can fill the stadium, but if the ticket is 10 cedis, everybody will go.
But would he put up a show for 10 cedis?
No, so that's what
not
I'm saying.
global.
So the ticketing.
It's not global
So the ticketing counts.
Yeah.
We do the global citizen comparison. Yeah.
What's free?
That was the thing.
It was
Global
registration. You
citizen,
had to register.
You just had to register and get in.
Look at even the kind of promo.
And it was free.
The kind of
And the
promo they
promo
do
that
on social
just
media.
started with it
As soon as you
on
know
her
how to
social
do
media.
it,
I don't know if people heard the story
Our people
about
will not do this
the
kind of
organizers reaching out to comedian Waris with a text message that I want you to do a video for me. I'm talking about Wizkid's show.
Yeah, I heard that.
You heard that?
Yeah, he started on Twitter. He posted
So
that
why
on
didn't
Twitter.
we get the signal from there?
I heard that.
So I mean,
You let the CN.
the organizers prior to this event were doing media, traditional, but it was very late. I mean, big shouts to them. I go close to them a bit because I went to the studio, but I know it was very late. They did a few
But
media
why
houses,
would they want to do a late
but then they had to do digital, and that involved influencers. So now the influencers were doing DM me for 3 VIP tickets, DM me for this. But you see, when you want to host an event like this, like you said, they probably overestimated what the outcome would be and what the love would be for Wizkid.
Yeah.
Not taking into consideration a number of things. That includes the ticketing bid. For me, I think the ticketing bid was the major factor here.
And the general admission.
And the
show.
general admission thing,
yeah.
and it was for general admission. Imagine
you look at the
275 was for VIP and 50 series safe. 50 series
Yeah, for
was for general
general
admission.
admission.
A lot of people would have come in, and the digital and online ticketing could have helped because now the online became. I mean, it's internet. It's a system. It could get jammed. Anything could happen. So as it was solely that bit, it got really confusing and it got jammed later in the day. Saturday, everybody wants a ticket, and some people didn't get theirs. They got theirs. I was talking to one of my sound guys here. Like his came later in the. I mean, when the program started in the evening there, somewhere, So all of those things counted for the stadium not being filled. I asked when I went on Thursday. I asked, can we fill this stadium? 40,000 for Wizkid. The argument about Burna Boy and Davido, like you said, both artists still for the people. And I'm saying the people, as in the people.
Yeah, they are for the streets.
For the streets. Now, when you get onto the streets and you ask anybody, what's the last time, like, what can you mention about him? The person who mentioned back to the matter, open one close, Hala to boy, Joro, Soko Soko, because those songs are like, But in recent times, his album, The More Love, Let's Go, it's more sophisticated sound, abrochi sound, that kind of thing.
More
More abrochi sound. So if anybody was going there, we're going to expect the Caro, the Ojualeba, those kind of style. You understand? So a lot of factors. I don't know if you want to analyze it, so we'll get into the details about the night itself.
I wish we had like 2 hours, but then we are going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll play a little bit of the highlights, fans' reaction, and then later on we'll try and talk about the Live Hub apology, Wizkid, and the Kemper. I wish we could do this particular one on Friday because we haven't even touched a bit on it. I, for example, got there 6 p.m. and I left there 3:45. And I can tell you a lot of things that went wrong. Before I go for the break, how can you say that people who have entered the stadium should actually go outside, let people come and do sound check before we come back in? In Ghana, for here. We are going for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Oh, see me, I know, woman. Far farther than this, so you don't have a no weekend. Woman, you make it mighty. Welcome, so welcome, we make up. That's how what is it like? And baby girl, make me fly up into. Yeah, trust me, everything fine. Oh, Lord have mercy. We love the way you give the dirty wine. And then you rub my hands down upon your waistline. Yeah. Oh.
It's a few minutes after 4 a.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium, and this is where Wizkid was supposed to perform at his debut concert in the country. But guess what? He didn't show up, and the show has actually closed. And a lot of people have left already, disappointed that he didn't show up. And so I'll be speaking to a few people who came around and asked them what they think. I mean, the whole thing. Why Wiz did not come, and how they feel about it.
So I think we need to see you live up. Wherever I don't know, I actually don't blame Wizkid, because to me I feel like it looked disorganized for some reason. But we need to sue them. Like if we have to do a class action or something, because people have been here since 6 p.m. And what time is it now? Like 4 something, get it to 5 a.m. Like, yo, yeah, that's what I have to say.
9 o'clock is when I arrived here. And when I got here at 9 o'clock, I expected to see you, Wiz, before 11. You weren't here at 11. I promised a friend, I said, oh, by 2 o'clock you'll be here. 2 o'clock came, you wasn't here. By the time 4 has come, I'm tired, I'm sweating, my body is tired. My legs, I've done Joho all night. I've heard Asake all night. I've heard Wizkid all night, but I've not seen you here. Wizkid, you are very wicked.
Very disappointed. I got here, I bought tickets purposely because of Wizkid. I wanted to see him so bad. They just stand and they pack their things off stage and they like, what kind of life is that? I'm so mad. He also has an apology. She should come and do that in the other.
What Wizkid do no good? Why you there? Kipinski here, if you come stadium, we pay 2.5.
You tell us, on one thing about what you say. But the way they fight and yet, what you say? See, I say, second year bow. It's why I try to get a queen bini. What you say? 2.5, half in there. You'll be craggy 650 and easy was what you say.
Okay, so there you had the patrons who came around to watch Wizkid perform, but unfortunately they are leaving the stadium.
Okay, so that's the man who interviewed the guy who said my legs were tired. It was Joho. That's one of the crazy that has been trending from Saturday, Sunday, and even today the other stations even interviewed the guy. Now, I want us to touch on performances. For performances, we got there very, very early. There were other unknown artists, or I would say underground, upcoming artists who performed. There was this Nicole, Keida performed.
He's a dancer. So
he's a dancer. The low budget Ashake is a dancer. But then, Last Mid was the first to actually open up for the top artists, and things started going on. But then, big shout outs to Kojo Manuel. I'll say it and I'll say it again. That MC is a national asset.
Yeah,
we have to treasure Kojo Manuel, because to hold a crowd is not easy. Telling us to say that we're scared, we want to party.
You deceive him.
I said, if you leave me, I'll say so many things. And then let's talk about performances. Let me start with you. Last Mid.
Yeah, I think the performances, some were cool. Last Mid, I mean, I think where the Last Mid brand has gotten to, I mean, he is now gracing a lot of bigger stages. He did well on the night, but I would advise that his team start doing this kind of pre-produced instrumentals for him to take to stage and not just go and play the sound, because at a point you could see there was a fight between the natural voice of his and the song they are playing. And he has to rush to catch up with this. And it wasn't, I mean, making, I mean, sweet sound in the voice. So they should get him a pre-produced one. He goes, that one, the audio.
Yeah, he just does and goes.
It's just the instrumentals, and he does the singing. It will help his brand better.
Yeah.
But on the night, he did well. I mean, try to bring, it's not easy to start the show with an a tired audience
Yeah.
already,
Yeah.
and who are annoyed because the audience were annoyed from the gate to where they are. The VIP 650 people, a lot of them came. It was a shock to them that the VIP and they were supposed to stand throughout.
It's not
Mount
easy.
Fuashe Hill. How is it easy? How is it easy to start a show with them? I mean, so that well, and big ups to Darko. I mean, on the night.
So which artist impressed you on the night?
For me, on the night, I'll give it to Darko and the Asaka Boys.
Okay.
I mean, they also brought the energy. I would have been shocked to see the Asaka Boys not bringing the energy because when I went up there and went to meet them, I mean, their preparation for the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say it's there, but the kind of energy they were taking there, I would have been surprised not to see them. I mean, kill the show because Charlie. The energy drinks they were taking up there, it would have been a big shock for me. So big ups to them. They did well on the night, but sound, it kept dropping. At a point, at the sound area, you could feel the frustration of the guys there. Like, why?
Even had to bring people to look at the DJ's table. The people kept coming to that side.
It wasn't, I mean, good for a show of such caliber. At times, the kind of stage they've built could also, I mean, worry the sound. Because of the wires and others, how you need to, I mean, lay the cables and others because of the stage. At times, it can perform, affect the speakers where they have to position them and others. I think that they have a lot to work on if they want to fill the stadium shows, which is in their profile that they do so across Africa.
Oh,
they
really
need to work hard on that.
Jesse, do you feel the 360 stage sort of disturbs some of the artists?
They should have known.
They
should have been told about it. They should have rehearsed, with the 360 stage. The 360 was very good. I mean, for me, the stage was very good and nice, super duper. But the other things like the sound, See, VIP where we were seated, we were like a few meters to the stage, but I couldn't see anybody on the stage. You just see bodies shaking and dancing, but they see the person in face. It was really bad. The sound, the lights, affected a lot of people. MC had to be screaming, holding down the show. Charlie, the stage, the stage was really nice, and we had such a very, bad show. But on the night, big shouts. I think Jackie was super on the night with his artist, with the girls that she danced with. Jackie, there's a Cowboys, Tog. Everybody that came on, they tried their possible best. Like you said, one peculiar task for an MC is to hold down a tired crowd, a crowd that are agitated. Charlie, you understand? So really, Kojima did well. Of course, everybody was waiting for Wizkid. Me, I left them for. I wanted to see how the things were. But me, the part, let me say this so that end. The DJ tunes part, they kill me pass. Wizkid no go come. Then DJ chooses, DJ came to set up and brought Pokoli on stage to come and do what?
No, I think at times too, the artists, you see,
we know they want to see DJ choose or Pokoli. We don't want to see Wizkid.
See, when I saw that coming, I mean, as an artist manager, when I saw that coming, I knew they were there for a mission.
Yeah.
And
to salvage the situation.
They weren't coming to salvage the situation. They were coming to warm up and later go with an excuse that my people came, my sound, my instrumentalist, and they told me the sound was this, I can't perform. So it was just they coming for an excuse. So I saw that, and they did that very well. And clearly, you heard the DJ tunes throwing some salvo to the organizers.
Oh, he should.
He gave a shade.
They have no right to even say that. Now, let me ask you: the caliber of artists Wizkid is, and no show, does it have any dent on his brand?
No, he has done. It's just not the first time he's doing it. And he, with whatever that has happened here, if Wizkid should come again, or a proper event organization should come again and come and say that we are bringing Wizkid again, we would go.
We'll go there, we'll go.
We'll go there, we'll go. So it is not his fault, so let's just...
I mean, we'll try and have this conversation again Thursday, Friday. We didn't touch on so many things.
Especially
as for
his press release.
His press release. We'll talk about the press release. We'll talk about the artists who were supposed to come and support and their press release, why they didn't show up.
Last one. Kim Promise.
Oh, don't talk about even Kim Promise.
Kim Promise,
He
he
has
shouldn't
a
have released that
show.
statement. No, he shouldn't have released that. Don't get involved. Nobody mentioned your name. Oh, Charlie.
My final remark is that no matter the distractions and the pitfalls, you can't disrespect your fans.
Yeah.
An artist should never, ever. We know we are nobody, but sometimes we bring in the numbers for you. We paid money. People paid 3,200.
Okay.
People paid a lot, but then we'll continue the conversation on Thursday. And
I'd like to say, big ups to, Praise Achievement Awards coming on this Sunday.
Okay.
And also Yawa, so big shout out to you.
Okay.
Where I did some corner pan.
That she called you.
Shout out
Thanks
to
for coming. Really, really appreciate that. My name is Anayata Nobwache, and I did this with Desmond Okwekuda, so Harriet Adi and Helen. And we'll continue this conversation. The press state, we'll talk about it.